Yo! Video games.
I didn't get it on PC because I was like, I heard there was a lot of issues, but like Max got lucky, but a lot of PC people were having issues. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to get PS5.
Crazy enough, like Digital Foundry did a test of the game with the exact same CPU and GPU I have.
Oh, nice.
Right? However, they had a different brand of GPU. They were using like the NVIDIA Founders Edition 3090. I have like some gigabyte 3090 that we got from your friend Mike.
Yeah.
And I didn't run into the problems that they had at all. I literally have the same fucking hardware. But that's the difference between the PC version of games and why they're so sensitive when they're made for so many different...
I hate PC gaming, dude.
When they're made for so many different options.
I gotta say, I got a 12-gen CPU, and that thing is so fucking amazing.
I know.
Like,
the new Intel's a PC gamer.
I did my first like render. I'm like, let's see how this goes. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's literally the reason why when we did the VR stream here, the fucking what is it? The game that you were trying to set up, we didn't end up playing. It was the Creed. It wasn't working.
Oh yeah, I was just acting stupid.
Yeah.
Why? Because fucking PC issues. Guess what? The Beats game that we were playing here doesn't work on my PC. Just because. Fuck you.
Well, and here's the difference. Here's why that happened. The reason that happens is that the game is designed to work with like a large variety of components.
Yeah.
And you have a console. What is a console?
All the components are there.
It's there and it's not changing.
Yeah.
For the most part, if it's changing, it's changing incrementally to something slightly more powerful, right? Yeah. When you have a fucking computer, it's the RAM.
Yeah.
It's the motherboard. It's like the data throughput. There's so many different things that can affect like. Okay, so you just combine a few of these elements together, and now suddenly Elden Ring just stops working.
Exactly.
And then kicks back in again.
75. That 75 can assist us. Sometimes you just want your fucking console, you want to put the game in, and you just want it to work.
I agree with that. I agree
and
with
it's
that.
like, it's probably why not,
So my console game is not completely dead.
That's why not Fightcade is huge as it should be, because it does require a little bit of... It does require some shit of like,
why isn't it fucking working? Yeah. It's like your ROM directory is in the wrong place.
Right? Like Fightcade should be enormous.
You downloaded the wrong Third Strike ROM.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, people just want to fucking put in their game, right? Not everybody is like you PC gamers, they're like, I could just, bypass the Matrix and coagulate this shit.
This boils back to This boils back all the way to the emulation conversation of like why emulation will never be just completely casually accepted by everybody. Like, well, why would you want a Capcom fighting game collection when all that shit is on Fightcade? We've been playing that for 10 years. And it's because people don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
The very large, like,
you know what?
I'm just saying over 90% of people don't want to deal with Fightcade and shit. They just want to plug in a game and it works.
You know when piracy went down? When Netflix was the only streaming service and they gave you all the shit that you wanted to see,
and no
piracy
hassle.
went down.
That's a funny fucking thing.
Piracy went down 20-fold because they're like, shit, I don't need to pirate. Look, I just go on Netflix and I get to watch all these movies.
Over the past, and what Kenny is saying, and I've actually read an article on this, piracy has dramatically dropped over the past like 5 to 7 years.
It's about to go back up.
It's about to go right back up.
Because
it's about to go skyrocketing.
Like Spotify.
The majority of things that people just wanted available through like streaming services are just available for like a relatively normal fee.
Yeah.
And that's just give me the fucking thing that I want and let me have it. And that's the problem.
You know who's going to make dumb money? The one motherfucker is going to figure out.
Television?
One motherfucker is going to figure out how to combine HBO Max. He's going to figure out how to combine
cable television.
He's figure out how to
streaming services.
Amazon Prime. He's going to figure out Netflix. He's going to put it all together. He's going to give like a reasonable amount of money to all of these companies.
Cable television.
And he's going to say, you know what? Now everyone can come to this one.
They're going to recreate cable for streaming services.
That motherfucker's going to be a billionaire.
Whatever.
Whoever he is, he's gonna be a fucking quadrillionaire.
And it's getting to the point where it's like, these services were great, but now it's like
there's too many.
Now you offset the service for another smaller version that's offering what was there before, but now it's like this.
Yes.
It's like I don't want to fucking buy Paramount Plus and all this goddamn bullshit.
Serious, man.
Yeah.
Like Paramount.
Do it, Steve. I will.
And then what else?
Give me money.
What else? They same thing. Like CBS, they had like new episodes of Twilight Zone. I'm like,
I've heard of streaming.
All this
it's also
shit.
illegal.
It used to be so easy. Now it's like everybody wants a piece of that pie. Everyone wants that Netflix pie.
Yeah.
Netflix had the whole pizza, and everyone else wants a slice. And then they take out the slice, and all of a sudden that big ass pizza you had is
100% true.
2 slices now.
And they're tiny.
2 slices, yeah.
It's probably already started happening.
Yeah.
And it's going to keep happening.
It's going to keep happening.
But no, like with Elden Ring, though, like if someone says it's a 10 out of 10, I have no qualm.
Oh my god,
that's
like
fine.
Paramount Plus now.
Yeah.
There's fucking
Peacock.
Peacock, bro.
Oh god, Peacock.
You know about Peacock?
Fucking 50 Cent will stop talking about Peacock because he has this one goddamn show on there, and all he does is talk about it. He's got fucking all this fucking. I don't give a shit about Peacock. What's on Peacock? I don't know. 50 Cent, you got your fucking Peacock. Yo, check out my show.
Like Universal?
Hey, Jesus.
You on that GTA Plus?
He's quiet, bro.
I defend it. You shut your mouth. I will defend it.
Before you say anything, there are things that are like egregiously terrible,
Right.
That are bad and
Yes.
like free to play games that just fucking sucks. I hate free to play games until it does something with something you like.
Yes.
Until it involves something you like.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay,
God,
All right.
go on.
All right. So I was pissed off about GTA Plus when I first heard about it,
Okay.
but
Yeah, you like GTA though.
I love GTA.
but it's not mandatory.
But it's not mandatory. There should be no reason you should bitch about it. Me and Simmons are on the same page about this stuff. If you have a free-to-play game, and they add a bunch of stuff like subscription services and cool packages and all this stuff, and shark cards and stuff like that, what are you bitching about? You still have the free-to-play game. So
Okay.
don't be mad that they're offering all of this stuff that costs money when the game is still free. What are you bitching about? There is nothing to be bitching about.
Give me
all of the
GTA.
stuff. All of the stuff that they're advertising for a 10-year-old game is them marketing to your dumbass because you think it's actually something that you really need. You don't need that stuff when they give you a lot of the stuff at the beginning for a free-to-play game.
Are you gonna get it?
Hell no.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Well, I have no idea what's involved with it, but it doesn't like tickle your pingus enough to go.
It did. It has a lot of... It tickled it. Oh, trust me, it tickled.
But GTA 5 is not a free game.
No, it's not.
GTA 5 Online for PS5 is a free game.
So the online mode is free.
Yeah,
Yes.
When did that become free?
It's been free since it came out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So it is a free-to-play
So
game.
you don't get the whole campaign.
You don't get the whole campaign. It's a separate. It's kind of a separate thing, but I mean, to be honest, it's its own thing. It's
Right. Well,
Oh, it's
yeah.
free. It's a trial thing. It's free for like 3 months.
There you go.
Oh, it's free for 3 months.
That's.
For GTA Plus or just GTA Online?
I mean,
GTA Online.
they didn't become the giant billion.
Well, then I know exactly. Come on, they're not fucking
by offering their game
for
completely.
free.
By offering a game that sold like 90 to 120 million units for free.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't get that for
They
come on.
Listen, Rockstar has done some scummy shit. They have. We all know this. But they're so big that they didn't even need to go to E3. They don't need to do anything anybody says anymore.
You know, to be
they're
fair,
on that fucking
Steve, I
level.
think a lot of companies discovered they don't really need to go to E3.
Right, but that was later on. Rockstar knew this way early, and they had the rights to do that shit.
Like it's the same thing like when Harada was literally recently asked about free to play games with Tekken. He's like, I don't think we're gonna do that. We just had our best-selling Tekken game better than Tekken 3.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to make our game... So, like, in his perspective, there's zero reason to make their game free-to-play. We just had the best sales of a Tekken game ever. Why would we do that?
Yeah.
But Sega is all like, well, free-to-play is pretty fucking interesting because you know what? We did the Virtual Fighter and it kind of worked. So.
Well, here's the numbers comes down to this. How much money did Fortnite make versus how much money did the best-selling game make? You know what I mean? So you have to.
I agree with you.
You have to really figure out the balance there because these companies will go with whatever
But
sells.
the thing is, too, it's
Same thing with the new Street Fighter game on fucking mobile. What's the shit called? The Street Fighter Tekken game.
KOF All-Star.
What the fuck is that? Like, I feel like
it probably makes more money than any of the KOF mainline series games.
Exactly. So guess what they're going with? And I want to go back to what Simmons was saying, where, hey, you know, if they make said thing, we got to support it because that means that they'll bring it back. I'm not supporting that mobile game. I don't give a shit about it. I don't care if it has Street Fighter on the title and KOF on the title.
Well,
I'm not touching that.
Well, the mobile game is like you supporting that is sending the wrong message.
Exactly.
But that's free. That game's free.
Until they start tingling your dingus and saying, "Oh,
there's a billion
things
things you can do in it to make it not free," because it's Gacha. I mean, I know because I've played it a few times.
Okay, it is a Gacha,
but it is a beat 'em up team beat 'em up game.
Yeah,
that is you unlock extra characters. There's a billion fucking There's so many fucking characters. Like this thing is KOF cross Guilty Gear cross Street Fighter cross Tekken cross WWE cross Samurai Showdown.
John Cena.
I'm not even kidding you. I literally had a sponsored stream for this game, and I have a team of Baiken, Jin Kazama, and Rock Howard. And I run around and I was fighting Justin with that team. Is it the craziest, most deep gameplay? No, because it's like a beat 'em up. It's a Tekken Force.
Yeah.
But that's the idea, is that if you want to speed up the process of like earning characters and stuff, this is the gacha element. Yes, you can speed that up. With actual money.
That's the problem. Mostly all free to play.
Oh, and Dead or Alive. Sorry, Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive. That's insane, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the game is arguably.
Didn't pick anyone from Dead or Alive.
I didn't this stream, but I did when the previous one time I streamed it. We actually played the DOA update.
Was it?
That was like 2 years ago.
But like
wasn't that the guy you played in the game? Ein? Was it Ein?
No, I don't think there's any male characters. It's all hot chicks. I don't think there was. Chad, is there any male characters from DOA in that update? I don't think there was.
Should be.
I think it was just Kasumi and like Kagero and
for the culture.
I think all of them were just the hot girls. No male characters. Yeah.
But in Dead or Alive proper.
I think I played Ein.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's like fucking DOA 2.
Yeah, 2 on the Dreamcast back in the day.
But whatchamacallit?
It's only Honoka, Kasumi, and
look. At the end of the day, we agree a lot of fighting games should go free to play.
Yeah, I mean,
especially if it's new.
So here's the thing, like, and I've had some conversations about this. There is so many levels of like,
oh yeah,
fuck you, free to play, and okay, this is fine. There's like so many degrees of like, this is fucking awful to damn, this is great. Right? And some fighting games have done it before in the past, and it hasn't gone good. And some games have tried it where it's gone pretty good. Like Killer Instinct went pretty decent, but it's confusing. A lot of people still think that KI, you need to spend $5 for every character. And the game will cost you like $130. People still think that. They don't realize that as soon as you spend $20, you get the whole game.
You do understand that actually hurt its reputation.
It did.
Yeah.
And you know why? It's
people didn't understand.
Exactly. The marketing and the communication behind it, they were essentially changing it as the game went through. Yeah. And people just didn't know. People just didn't realize that, you essentially just get the whole game if you spend a certain amount. And then there's some games at the top that have done it and have done it so well that they've essentially eclipsed the fighting game genre. Yeah, they've essentially eclipsed fighting games, and that's like Brawlhalla.
Brawlhalla is the biggest fighting game that you've never even heard of. They're in their own league.
Technically, because we don't know the Smash numbers, but as far as like publicly perceived numbers, there are more people playing Brawlhalla than any fighting game.
What?
At any given time.
Yeah, exactly.
Who the fuck?
Yes. Even more than most fighting games at launch.
They're their own league. They're on their own level.
It is a free-to-play game where it's done in a way that isn't super invasive, that lets you play like the majority of the game from what I understand, and the extra characters are buy extra characters or skins or anything like that.
I'm fucking lost right now. Brawlhalla is the most...
Practically looks like a Flash game in some ways. It's not even really 3D.
They have more players than any fighting game on right now.
What's the second one?
Probably close to like Street Fighter or Tekken or maybe Guilty Gear if you combine all the player bases. And you get there's like probably on average like anywhere between 2,000 to 5,000.
Mortal Kombat's up there too, because Mortal Kombat at any given point in time, I would say
MK would get an average of like 2,000 to 5,000ish because it's been out for a while. But yeah, like 2K to 5K is like a pretty decent level for an existing fighting game to like have a lot of player base, right? Brawlhalla has been out for God knows how long. And just on Steam, there's 9K people playing at any given time.
Chat, help us explain. What was the magic niche that got Brawlhalla to that level?
Because it was melee.
Well, I mean, there's 1,000 fucking melee clones out there.
It is, well, yeah.
And it's free to play melee.
Here's what he's saying is right. It got picked up by Ubisoft eventually, where like Ubisoft became an investor. They were an indie company. And it was a Smash-like, right?
Right.
But it always had the gimmick once like they got some budget behind it that the game was free. And that's it. That's how it got big.
That's the magic.
It was essentially free to play hybrid melee.
Yeah.
So everyone gets like their crazy mobile insane friggin' fighting game.
Yes.
There's 20K people playing just on Steam right now.
On Steam, there you go.
Just on Steam. That doesn't include all the other versions I can play with
crazy
it.
mobility
And the game has the game's also got rollback netcode. It's got crossplay, from what I understand. Like everyone plays with each other.
That is blowing my brain.
And it has WWE stars. It's got Ryu. It's got Akuma. It's got Chun-Li. It's got Laura.
What are the numbers on
from Tomb Raider?
What are the numbers on Twitch? I'm going to go on Twitch right now. Who is fucking playing that game on Twitch?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares how many people are watching it?
Yeah, dude, it's on its own level, dude. It's on.
That's crazy.
And guess their prize pools, like for their big events, their big yearly events, are insane. Like they've eclipsed the fighting game community.
Yeah,
they don't even give a shit.
That's insane.
I remember
see them at Evo.
I remember Evos back in like 2015, 2016 when they were all over the place
because like they were coming up.
They were trying to establish themselves.
We don't need Evo.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Remember, when you said,
but who cares how many
E3, right?
The amount of people that are watching a game doesn't fucking matter if a billion people are playing it.
Exactly. There you go.
Who gives a shit?
There you go. Exactly.
Dude, I feel so fucking. Wow, that's crazy. Right. You know what made me feel like a fake fan? Street Fighter Third Strike. I was watching Yipes. He did the can opener series. He was doing a can opener tournament, right? Dude had Ken Masters fucking this dude up in the corner, and he kept taunting him. Fucking him in the corner, and kept taunting him. I'm like, why is this guy popping off? What is his problem? Yeah. And then Yipe says, "Oh yeah, he's actually
a DP buff.
He's actually buffing him." The entire.
Did you know that?
You didn't know that.
Idea.
Almost every taunt in 3S has a functionality to it. Like it buffs something. Like even Ryu's.
What the?
It does something to their character, like a minor increase.
Sean's taunt is just like a little extra thing that makes it more difficult.
No, Sean's gives him fucking oaking.
Yeah. He throws the basketball.
He throws the basketball.
The basketball is actually.
These Rose and Sean's basketball actually are like wake up setups.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like it's a little extra move that makes it
hard to like stun.
Yeah, they all do.
It's amazing.
The obvious one is like Q. And you know that buffs him his defense.
Doesn't like. Did you know that?
Chad, I'm gonna explain why Steve didn't know. Because he played from the arcades.
Get ready.
The only one I knew. Oh, okay, no, you're right. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the milky motherfucker.
You're thinking of 12.
Yeah, I'm thinking of 12. Never mind.
Yeah,
I knew Q.
Yeah. Okay. So, but every character's taunt in the game does something.
Yeah,
like it has an actual functionality to it. So when and it's actually good for Ken. You know why? Because it sets up. Like as soon as this is done, you can like press a button after and it's a meaty.
Yeah. So what does teabagging do? Huh? That's got to be a buff somewhere, right?
No, yeah, that's definitely something else.
In your mind.
Only in your mind. I'm sure it buffs the player.
Steve didn't know because we played in the arcades. That's it. Like in the arcades, nobody knew that shit. Man. Like maybe somebody figured it out or something like that. But
you'd have to figure it out on the fly. In the arcades, you have to figure that out.
But the thing is, in the arcade days, we didn't have frame data. We came from the days with no frame data, no frame stuff.
It causes emotional damage.
No. You want to know the emotional damage? Here's the thing: that some of the taunts in Third Strike don't mess up the opponent emotionally or give you the buff, which is like or the change to the gameplay, which is cool. Some of them have hitboxes. Makoto, for example. And she hits you at the end of this, and it's the tiniest little hit. It does 1 point of damage. Ken, when he does, that's a smash in the face. It's twice. It hits twice. When Chun-Li yawns, she can like literally smack you when she's yawning. Like, And here's the thing: I can't tell you how many times I would hear a machine get fucking smashed when I would kill a dude with Ken's taunt. And you kill a dude with this shit. I mean, parry taunt. Yeah, and it's like, man, people get fucking pissed. I think I did it recently to some dude on 5K.
Max is toxic.
And somebody was like, man, Max a toxic bitch. I'm like, I'm sorry, this is bringing me back to like 20 years ago.
Yeah, Max was
toxic. Actual footage of Max being toxic.
Yeah, Ibuki can jump on your head and bounce off you like, and it'll kill you.
Max had to play during the day because he could have gotten stabbed.
That was a thing with fucking Chun-Li even before that.
You want to do the cool shit.
It was
cool to kill people with a taunt.
Yeah, don't forget the commitment with Chun-Li.
Was amazing because
she was brick the shit.
Dude, you know who's the king of that is Brian Fury. Brian Fury's taunt is so fucking good.
It's an actual move.
It's an actual move, but like, and it's good, bro. They're on the floor, Brian.
No, it's the corner. He gets in the corner and you're done.
You're disintegrated.
They never actually got rid of it. They never got rid of it.
It's a thing now. It's a feature.
You mean taunt jet upper?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Taunt jet upper, dude. That's insane.
I honestly feel it's busted because it's unblockable.
Yeah.
It's an unblockable taunt. And if he gets you in the corner and he does that, you're done. Like, you have to just deal with it. So yeah, I'm more in the left field with that particular time. But yeah,
Everett, thanks for the 60 seconds.
but I mean, Tekken's even worse. They have guns. Like literal gun fucking times. Like your character picks it up and he starts shooting at the shotgun. And you're like, Jesus Christ. And I can't tell you how many times I've actually killed a motherfucker online by just doing this. And those motherfuckers be like, oh, I'm just gonna dash to the side. And the character follows that.
It still doesn't work.
And I'm just blasting at them and they're just like taking damage and they die and I'm just okay, I'm done.
The pizza. Eat the pizza,
man.
Yeah, that led for some hilarious shit when Tekken first came out.
Eat the pizza, man.
Yeah.